she burned down the town's police station because her billboard was set on fire. The chief confronted her, but was so angry he spat blood in his face. The pastor comes to her door to convert her, only to be mercilessly humiliated by her. The dentist tries to teach her a lesson on the sly, but she mercilessly cues her back. Her behavior caused an outcry from the townspeople. Without saying a word, she stepped forward and kicked her in the face. But this tough woman was just an ordinary single mother a year ago. The reason for this change was an argument with her daughter. A year ago, her rebellious daughter wanted to borrow her car to go out and fool around with gangsters. When she refused, she had a big fight with her.
Why don't you just walk?
I will walk. I will walk. And you know what else? I hope I get raped on the way.
Yeah, well, I hope you get raped on the way too.
Her words came true. Her daughter was violently assaulted by thugs on the side of a small-town highway and her body was doused with gasoline. The case dragged on for 7 months, but the police had no leads. It seemed like everyone was starting to forget about it, except for her. So she emptied her savings and mended 3 billboards with a bold red background with the words, "Robbery, death, murderer on the loose. What's the matter with Sheriff Robbie?" The 3 billboards quickly attracted a lot of attention. But because of these 3 billboards, Mill offended almost everyone in town. Sheriff Robbie, whom Mill described as incompetent, was actually beloved by the locals. He's dedicated his life to this town. Except for his failure to solve the case of Mill's daughter, he had a perfect career. But it wasn't long before the respected sheriff was diagnosed with terminal cancer and died. While everyone in the town mourns for the kind-hearted sheriff, Mill and her billboards put him in the spotlight. In order to prevent the public opinion from spreading, Robbie approached the owner of the advertising company and asked him to remove the 3 billboards. However, what he got was the owner's angry response.
Ain't contravening the laws on propriety, ain't contravening the laws on any fucking thing. I checked all this out.
You really want to fuck with the Ebbing Police Department, Red? Do ya?
I guess.
He said what?
The boss's words caused Dixon strong resentment. He is the loyal subordinate of the sheriff, but also the representative of violent police officers. He wanted to make the boss submit through violent means. Luckily, Robbie was able to stop him before the situation escalated. Sheriff Robbie approached Mill privately and pleaded with her to take down the billboard. The crime scene was destroyed by fire. There were no witnesses. The only DNA leads he collected didn't match any of the town's criteria. He's done everything he can. It's not that he doesn't want to solve the case. He just doesn't have the means. But Mill didn't see it that way. She had Robbie take blood from every male in town over the age of 8. If there's no match, she'll take blood from all over the country. Mill's method? Not to mention he's just a small-town sheriff. Even if he's the president, I'm afraid he can't do it. Seeing that Mill was unimpressed, Robbie began to use his condition to sensitize her.
I'm dying.
I know it.
You still put up those billboards?
Well, they wouldn't be as effective after you croak, right?
You're going to die anyway, so I'm going to make good use of your last moments. That's what Mill was trying to say. But Mill missed one important thing. People tend to sympathize with victims on instinct. But when the victim shows his or her paranoid side, it's bound to come back to haunt them. It was clear that Mill had overlooked human nature. That night, the town's most powerful priest came to Mill's house. He took the moral high ground, condemned Mill, and told her to take down the billboards. But Mill doesn't budge. Instead, she wakes up the priest with her words.
And you kind of forfeit the right to come into my house and say anything about me, or my life, or my daughter, or my billboards.
The sheriff's reputation is important, but not her daughter's death.
So why don't you just finish up your tea there, Father, and get the fuck out of my kitchen?
Soon after, Mill's ex-husband approached Mill, also about the 3 billboards. But after a few words, Mill's tough guy attitude pissed him off. He flipped the table and put Mill against the wall with one hand. The son grabbed a kitchen knife and put it to his father's neck to force him to let go of his mother. The family crisis was averted when the ex-husband's 19-year-old girlfriend showed up. Before leaving, the ex-husband told Mill, "My daughter called me a week before she died and told me she wanted to move in with me, that she'd had enough of being yelled at by you every day."
I wish I hadn't. If I hadn't, she'd still fucking be here.
I don't believe you.
Don't believe me. Ask Fruit Loop Boy.
Apparently, he blamed Mill for his daughter's death. In fact, the son didn't understand what she was doing. For the past year, everyone's been trying to forget the pain. But every time we pass those 3 billboards, we remember the pain. under the billboards where Mill came with flowers. This tough woman looks incredibly vulnerable right now. If she hadn't been so tough and hadn't spoken those vicious words, wouldn't everything be different? Unfortunately, there are not so many ifs in this world. The only thing she can do now is to carry on with her toughness. As time went on, more and more people had negative feelings about this tough mother. Even Robbie's doctor couldn't help but judge Mill. Finally, Robbie couldn't take it anymore. He'd had enough of the town's verbal taunts. He ordered Dixon to find the file on Mill's daughter and decided to reopen the case. But like he told Mill, there was no way to start the case. In his heart, he was actually ashamed of Mill. That day, Mill felt her teeth were a bit loose. The doctor was about to pull out her teeth. He was a friend of the sheriff's and wanted to teach this hysterical woman a lesson. Sensing something was wrong, Mill quickly grabbed the drill from the dentist's hand and backhandedly drilled a hole in his thumb. Spitting mouthwash on her way out, Mill was brought back to the police station for intentional assault. But Mill was emboldened by the police's accusations. She was sure that the police had no evidence other than the officer's accusation. But Robbie didn't care about the truth. All he knew was that Mill would lose her job, and if she lost her job, Mill wouldn't have the money to pay for the ads. As he was gleefully recounting what would happen next, he had a seizure.
I didn't mean to. It was an accident.
As an old acquaintance of the town, except for this case, there was no conflict between them. It's just that they're on different sides of the fence, and that's why they're at war.
Let her go.
The story of Sheriff Robbie vomiting blood spread like wildfire. The owner of the ad agency became a target of criticism. He pressured Mill to pay the next month's bill as soon as possible as a way to get her to back off. Just when Mill was worried about the advertisement fee, the boss's secretary came in with an envelope. An anonymous person paid the next month's fee for her, and that anonymous person was none other than the incompetent Robbie. When he got out of the hospital, he didn't go back to work, and he didn't mention the billboards again. He took his wife and daughter fishing in the wilderness and enjoyed a springtime with her in the wilderness. At the end of his life, he left time for his family. At night, he put his two children to bed and talked to his wife for a long time. Until his wife fell asleep, he put a hood over his head and shot himself. He knew his time was up. He chose to live his life in the best moments instead of letting his illness consume his family. Robbie's death put a sad filter on the police department and ignited Dixon's rage. He stormed into the ad agency, went to the boss's office, and turned all his grief into anger. He didn't stop until they threw him off the second floor. The price for this was that he lost his job at the police station. The media was the first to report the sheriff's death and blamed it on 3 billboards. This is the first part of the 2017 American crime movie, 3 Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri. Woman's daughter runs out of the house due to an argument, is assaulted by bad guys, and ends up getting her body destroyed. The woman rents 3 billboards to express her displeasure with the police department's investigation, but is hated by the townspeople. The woman is not at fault. She just wants to find the culprits and get justice for her daughter. What will happen to the woman as a result of these 3 billboards? I am 0 Cents Film. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, comment and subscribe to my channel. See you in the next video.